Hello there, and welcome to the Joe HRG podcast. I am Joe, and today I wanted to talk about music I like and something else. I can't think of it. Oh, and a little bit about politics, mostly because a friend asked me to. I'll do the politics thing out of the gate first. I don't care. And that's the end of that. That was as long as that goes. You're welcome to the one friend that asked. Okay, so on to music I like. I have a very odd musical taste, I think. But really it's not, because if you think about it, it ain't. I like some of the classic rock music, which is great. Rolling Stones, Beatles, Black Sabbath, Deep Purple, stuff like that. Led Zeppelin, that stuff's always good. And then there's the metal stuff which I could go on for hours about, but basically my main things are the new wave British heavy metal stuff. I like some of that. I like some of the thrash stuff. I like some of the death stuff. I like the black metal stuff. I like the doom metal stuff. I like the stoner doom. I like the sludge metal, some prog metal, and then a very, very small bit of grindcore, but not really. It's very small. And a little punk. And then I also like jazz. John Coltrane, Miles Davis, Sun Ra, Pharoah Sanders, stuff like that. That stuff's good. And I like some of that from jazz. Most people say, you like jazz? And I say, yeah, I do, because that's what I do. And also like some folk and some country, more of like the Townes Van Zandt, Steve Earle, and Marty Robbins, the Big Iron. And then that's I think I like a little bit of the electronic stuff with like Grimes and stuff. Then I have a little pop bit that I like, but it's not like a lot. It's like I like some of the stuff that I grew up with when I was like from 5 to 10, when I didn't really have a musical opinion. And that's about as far as that goes, though. Music really is just kind of that. That's so much the music I like. I don't know if I go in depth to them, but they're pretty nice. You can kind of look them up on, like, I don't know, Google, or you can just like search a YouTube video on it. I don't know. That stuff always is great. I like a little bluegrass too. That's always great. Little Cripple Creek action, that's always a good song, good players. Yeah, I like those, and that kind of stuff, some singer-songwriter stuff, or like Bob Dylan. I don't know what you classify him as, because he's like folk meets the blues. I guess that's how you describe it. And yeah, that's that. And that's the music I like, and that sort of inspired me to play guitar and start a band and have some fun and, ultimately give up on it because your hopes and dreams get crushed as reality goes on, and people say you're not good, and you eventually learn to deal with that and give up and go to college and have a nice life, and then get a real job and make lots and lots of money. I am both being sarcastic and happy at the same time, because I like and hate that option. One being money. I love money. I don't love money. I like money. That's good. It makes things easier. So I'd like to do that, pursue that. That would be good for, supporting a family and stuff. But on the other hand, I really like my music. But maybe that I could do that as like a hobby. Who knows what the future may hold? Who knows? Maybe I'll be a breakout star. Who knows? I know it's like 6 minutes in, but this is episode 2 of the Joe HRG podcast. I don't know if I said that earlier. And yeah, I talk about whatever I want. And, I don't know what else to say. Probably that I would like to keep doing music. And, if you want to check us out, my band, Bloodroot. I'll probably put a thumbnail somewhere, and that'll be good. And so, I want to get into something funny. I actually, for fun, not really for fun, but just to see how it would look, I did the political compass test. I turned out right libertarian, whatever you want to call it. It's very close to the middle, though. I was very close to the middle. Probably makes sense. I don't care about most of the issues, and it doesn't really matter to me. And a lot of the questions just are wordy and not really able to back and forth. And by the time you get to question like 20, you're like, can I take this seriously anymore? It's so many questions. Honestly, that's the same bicker I have with the personality test. Like, there's too many questions to collect data on something that honestly is already faulty. So yeah, there's that. And then I had some fun with that, though. I took it last night. I thought it would be kind of fun to do those, but they both kind of bored me in the end. And yeah, so that's that. In movie news, Black Widow came out, and I'm torn to say it's good or bad. Honestly, in my opinion, I have stopped caring about anything Marvel pumps out, because Endgame felt like the end, and that was my end. So because it was the end, I haven't followed it as closely. I followed WandaVision for a little bit. I was basically never watched Falcon and Winter Soldier, and then I basically didn't watch Loki, and I didn't watch Black Widow, and I didn't watch Far From Home when it first came out. So that's how much I've been out. I've been out since Endgame, and that was the end of the Marvel stuff for me. Maybe, I don't know, I attribute it to growing up. I say no, because I lack maturity to actually grow up in this world. Or at least I think so. I think I lack maturity all the time. But maybe that's just my inner head saying that. But I will say I've kind of just grown out of that kind of type. It's very formulaic. I got bored. It's not as interesting anymore. It's not really funny anymore either to me. seems like, I don't know, it just doesn't appeal anymore. That's just in general, superhero stuff just doesn't appeal anymore. I'll take like some thrillers, some horror, that's always good and fun, and then maybe like, I don't know, a Tarantino film, or like a Scorsese. I'd love to see some of his stuff. I did leap into comedy for a bit, but that was more for like TV shows. But yeah, for the most part, I've been out of the Marvel circuit, so all the backlash? Do they say backlash? I don't know. All the weird little like after effects of Black Widow, and like certain people being like, yeah, I hate it. Yeah, some people being like, yeah, I like it. I'm like, at this point, it's like, yeah, I don't care what they're trying to set up or do anymore, because the ship sailed, and I don't associate with it anymore. I can't associate with it anymore. It's just like, I'm bored now. And yeah, and like my favorite, probably the other problem being my favorite people were like Captain America, and I mean like Steve Rogers. I like that, and then I also liked Spider-Man, but like only like him when I was younger, and that was because I think he was more relatable. I mean, he's still kind of relatable. I am a teenager and he's a teenager, but then it's just the movies are not for me anymore. I think that's just a normal thing that most people may feel eventually. It's just that movies just aren't the thing anymore. A lot of entertainment is gone, like shows, because then you can binge watch stuff. You can't really binge watch a movie. But that's just my little blurb about that. Another thing being that I would like to release some music in the future. So maybe that'll be coming soon under the Bloodroot thing. And, yeah. I'd like to play some guitar or something as part of the podcast now, because I'm running out of mood energy to actually do this. Yeah. They also made a new Space Jam, for some reason, and that I find weird, because as a kid who never did get to see the first one, because I just never really wanted to. I don't know. There are a lot of things I just missed out on over the years, where people will be like, oh, have you seen... They'll be like mentioning shows from their childhood, and I'll be like, yeah, I watched like Phineas and Ferb and Sonic. Those are like the two things I ever actually watched, for the most part. And then later Ninjago. So it's like 2 or 3 things I ever actually watched. And then right after that, those 3, I jumped straight into The Office. And then after that, into other Netflix shows pretty much. And I pretty much have left all the childhood like stuff pretty much behind very quickly. Maybe a few shows in there that I may miss, but there was like 3 main ones that I really remember watching that were on that we liked. Yeah. I don't know what else really to say, but yeah, that's sort of the thing. It's like people are like, have you seen this? And I was like, no, I really haven't. And then people talk about how they're like, oh, you remember this old show? And I'll be like, no, because I never got to see it. So yeah, that's the thing. Yeah. I'm gonna cap it off at like about 15 minutes and make it a short one today. So, yeah, if you want to go listen to my music, it's on this channel and my Bloodroot channel for the band stuff. And, yeah. Goodbye, good morning, good evening, good night, whatever.